Agama tampaknya ada sangkut pautnya dengan kekerasan, hampir dimanapun.
This is the summary of Terror in the Mind of God, the Global Rise of Religious Violence, Comparative Studies in Religion and Society, by Mark Jensmere. Beneath the histories of religious traditions, from biblical wars to crusading ventures and great acts of martyrdom, violence has lurked as a shadowy presence.
The problem with today's messaging? It's not just about the coming end times. Often, evangelical influencers and politicians are spreading partisan messages cloaked in religious rhetoric. The attack on the Capitol, 41% of white evangelicals said they either somewhat or completely agreed with the statement, if elected leaders will not protect America, the people must do it themselves, even if it requires taking violent actions.
Officially exist until 1948, but many people associate Israel with its ongoing conflict with Palestine, dispute over land, political control, and resources.
Both Israelis and Palestinians have strong religious and cultural ties to the region.
The mission is to reconquer the Temple Mount.
حقنا في العبادة في المسجد الأقصى للأسف بيتم الاعتداء عليه.
Today, Palestine continues to fight for statehood. The conflict is further complicated by Israelis who continue to settle in the West Bank. Though a peaceful solution has yet to be achieved, the region remains a place of significance for people of many ethnic and religious backgrounds.
The atrocities in Rwanda coincided with the historic Catholic Synod in Rome.
What makes the genocide in Rwanda so unique is that the regime succeeded to convince the general public to kill. How could villagers kill their neighbors? And how could it be done with the blessings of the nation's bishops? And even with the support from European Catholicism and Christian Democrats.
Sister Julianne was sentenced to 12 years in prison for helping to burn alive 1,500 Tutsis hiding close to her abbey. But she is not the only member of the Catholic Church to be convicted. Several other senior officials have also been jailed for their part in the Tutsi genocide.
Many of the country's priests and nuns helped kill Tutsis. 1 million people were dead and 3 million were displaced.
The Holy See later explained the content of the meeting. The Pope expressed his grief over the genocide committed against the Tutsis and apologized for the sins and failings of the Church and its members, among whom priests and religious men and women who succumbed to hatred and violence, betraying their own evangelical mission.
Indonesia continued to grapple with sectarian and ethnic violence on the island of Ambon in 1999. The once peaceful island has become a battleground for fierce conflict between Muslims and Christians.
But that is the big question.
Gereja Ortodoks Rusia, Patriark Kirill, mendukung serangan Rusia ke Ukraina.
The head of Russia's Orthodox Church, Patriarch Kirill, has supported Putin's war in Ukraine from the start. He described those opposing the invasion as the forces of evil. Now, this has angered many Ukrainians who say Kirill has given his blessings to Putin to kill his fellow Slavs and people of the same faith.
So far, Russian attacks have damaged as many as 92 churches and places of worship in Ukraine. Russia's war, it seems, also has a religious dimension. Much of this religious conflict has been fueled by the Russian Orthodox Church in Moscow and in particular by its head, Patriarch Kirill. Long before the start of the invasion, Kirill positioned himself and his church as strong ideological allies of the Kremlin. Kirill has repeatedly cast Russia as a defender of divine law against the forces of evil, which he identifies as emanating from Western democracies.
Kepala Gereja Ortodoks Ukraina, Epifanius I, memberkati peperangan di Ukraina.
Дорогі наші воїни, захисники України, брати і сестри, важко знайти належні слова вдячності за ті неймовірні досягнення в обороні нашої батьківщини, які вже є вашим здобутком. І наші захисники, твердо пам'ятайте, на нашому боці правда. А там, де правда, там Бог і перемога. Любов і вдячність дітей, мам і бабусь, рідних і близьких, усвідомлення того, що зараз ви захищаєте мирне майбутнє не лише України, але й всього світу, нехай надихають вас у боротьбі. Православна церква України, християни і люди доброї волі у всьому світі безперервно моляться за вас.
A brief moment of peace. In St. Peter's at Rome, Pope Pius creates an historic occasion for allied soldiers. The apostolic blessing for all, no matter of what creed. And as the Sedis Gestatoria moves slowly in recessional through the crowded aisle, men of every faith press forward to receive personal blessing and to touch the apostolic ring.
Jonathan Swift, pemimpin agama dan penulis abad ke-18, menulis, ada cukup banyak agama untuk membuat kita saling membenci, tetapi tidak cukup banyak untuk membuat kita saling mengasihi. Banyak orang berpendapat bahwa agama justru mendalangi perpecahan, bukannya menggalang persatuan.
Apa kata Alkitab? Pantaskah agama yang mengaku sebagai murid Kristus mendukung perang? Coba pikirkan, apakah masuk akal kalau sebuah agama mengatakan bahwa mereka menaati perintah Yesus untuk saling mengasihi, tapi di saat yang sama, mereka mendorong para anggotanya untuk membunuh orang lain dalam perang?
Kasihilah sesamamu seperti dirimu sendiri. Matius pasal 22, ayat 39. Teruslah kasihi musuh-musuh kalian. Matius pasal 5, ayat 44-47.